What is up, guys? It is Alex from Trummer Digital, and in this video, we're going to be going over some Facebook ads examples for moving companies. So I have Canva pulled up here, and we'll go through some styles and templates and variations of how you can create Facebook image ads for your moving company. And we can also go through some of the results that I've been able to get with this ad account here. We were advertising for a moving company, and I've spent several $1,000s and got a good amount of leads here. Some of the thought process behind that. Typically, when we are advertising, we do dynamic creative. So we're rotating multiple creatives in and out of the campaign to kind of optimize and trend towards what is producing the most results. And you can kind of see that with the breakdowns here. If we go to breakdown, image, and video, you can see how we have multiple images in there, and we allow Facebook to kind of rotate through things and find what is working the best and slowly gear towards the cheapest cost per lead. So without further ado, let's go back over to our Canva image producing here. And here's one example of a basic style you can do, guys. For most of my Facebook ads templates, what I like to include are the location, the service, and the main offer or call to action, right? So what I like to do is pass the glance test. When someone's looking at an image, they should get in one glance the main entire concept of that ad, right? If you have a picture of two guys just shaking hands outside of a building, what is that really saying? You don't know if that's for some boutique store or a moving company or a dental office or a chiropractor office, like what's going on here, right? So I like to get the main idea very apparent here in the beginning. So if we just glance at this, we see two guys moving a couch. And then we also have the big words up top, moving services, where? In York, PA, near me, right? So if you're someone in York, PA, and you're potentially in market, you've been considering getting moving services, you're moving or you need junk removal or something like that, and you're scrolling and you see moving services, right here near me in York, PA, two people moving, I can call today. Actually, this is a great fit. Let me do it, right? Because we're trying to capture those people that are in market ready to buy. So we essentially want to speak right to that ideal customer, right? So that's one example, guys. And in Canva, what you can do is you can click this duplicate page button. And now you can go and say you want to just change one thing at a time. Say you maybe want to make that background from yellow or tan to like white or black or something like that. You can click that. And now we can go white. So bang. And now we can test those two against each other and do like a little split test and see which one works better and slowly optimize towards the things that are getting even better results. So say we duplicate that. And now, instead of call today, we put get up to 20% off today, right? So maybe we start to find, adding some type of offer or incentive really starts to work. When you're using Canva, guys, some cool tips and tricks are if you press your keyboard up and down arrows, you can ever so slightly shift things around like that, like I just did there. So if I want to move this down a little bit, you can see I'm slowly shifting that down by pressing the down arrow. And then another thing, guys, is instead of just a graphic like this, what I would do to get that is go to Elements, and then go to movers, something like that, and go to graphics, the graphics tab. And now we have all these graphics, right? And what I like to do is say we use this one. I'm going to delete this here just for the sake of this video here. And say we want to use this one. What I always like to do for my images or my graphics is click it and then go to edit and then go to shadows, the shadow effect. And you can do a drop shadow, right? Just like that. Maybe blur it up, get some nice distance on there, maybe some more intensity. Yeah, there we go. Now we have a cool, nice shadow, really adds a nice touch to it, makes it look really professional. And then other than that, guys, just general images, right? So if we go to movers and then go to photos, now we have this. If we go to say moving truck, we have images of moving truck, and there's the one that we just used. If we click this, guys, what often happens in Canva is we get magic recommendations. So you can find more images similar to that one. So then I use this tab often, guys. So I'll click see all, and now we have more similar photos here of, in this case, moving trucks and whatnot, or other trucks in general. So say we duplicate that page and now we add a different. So say we actually do, say we have like a trailer like this, we can put that in there. Or say we use this forklift here, we can, go and put that in, get it down to size here. And if we want, I'll push it down a little bit. And then what we'll do is we'll go to edit Sometimes I like to adjust my images, guys, really make them pop. So I'll click edit, adjust, brightness increase, and I'll typically also increase the vibrance, and I'll typically also do some texture and vignette stuff, sharpness, increase that. So now we have a nice crisp, vibrant image there. You can also do some corner rounding or some border stroke weight. So now we have a popping image there. What you can do, guys, is another little Canva editing trick is go into elements, getting back out of here, and go to glow or go to shadow. Sometimes I'll do glow, sometimes I'll do shadow, and we'll go to all. And then we have, say, this one right here. We can enlarge this, put that about there, make it nice and big. And then what we'll do, guys, is we'll go to position and make sure that's behind our stuff. So now it's back there. Look at that. Look how much depth that adds, guys. Isn't that cool? I really like that, actually. So yeah, it looks like this picture is like floating off the screen. I think that's sick. I'll probably raise this up a little bit, up arrow on my keyboard. Give this a little bit more space. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, guys, this is a great way to make really nice looking creative images in Canva, right? And so instead of moving services, we can duplicate this page again and instead say junk removal, right? Location, main service, maybe a little tagline there. Here's another example, another image of a truck. You know, we have a image of a bunch of junk here. But honestly, guys, I really do like this floating picture with the border and the shadow behind it. Use some of these concepts to make your stuff pop. Edit the photos, increase the vibrance, the brightness, add a stroke, add a glow, add a shadow, right? That depth, the shadows and the glows really add a lot, guys, and really can improve results. I have typically found that realistic images, like stuff like this, where guys are moving, you know, actually taking pictures of guys moving stuff, really taking a picture of exactly what it is that will be done. Like, for example, in dental and in the dentistry niche, one thing that works really well is clinical photography. So actual images and photos of in the mouth, say someone has a cavity or a dentist working on a cavity, right? Stuff like that I found works the best over there or works really well over there. And so similarly, think of it like in action photos, right? So when you are in action doing the actual service or whatever it is, that is the truest depiction of what the person is wanting or will be getting, right? So if you're literally moving a couch, that passes the glance test very closely because someone needs their couch moved and they see someone moving the couch. So essentially, guys, yeah, get live action photos of your service. Now, one talking point on this, guys, here's some more graphics examples. One talking point on this, guys, is that videos definitely do nurture more because of the fact that someone gets to see, hear, listen to you, get a real life picture of real life example of who this company is, who this person is, who the business owner is, what it looks like. Say you're taking B-roll of you guys doing some moving, or, you know, it's a client testimonial, you standing next to a client and talking to them about their experience, and they're getting to see and listen to you guys, and et cetera, et cetera. Whenever people talk about the warmth of leads and the quality of leads, they talk about how ready someone is to buy. In my opinion, other than doing things like having a great conversation with them, being really good at sales, things like this, you're typically, if you want ready to buy leads and hot leads, you have to do as much selling before the sales call or before the lead call as possible. So in order to do that, you need to essentially sell over video. So essentially, you need to nurture the lead as much as possible. So ideally, the way to warm up a lead the most is to get some really long video where you're doing a whole sales pitch and you're describing everything about your company and talking to all their pain points, etc. But in a picture, we're getting one concept, one idea through in one image. And so that's why I love to pass the glance test with image marketing, because you can simply just get people that see, I need this service. I'm located here. Let me submit my information. And then on the back end, guys, it's very important that you do a good lead call and you ask them a lot of questions and you're getting to know them, and you find a good time very close to that call where you can potentially get this thing done. So, you know, very quick and affordable, and you guys are able to work with each other's schedules really well, and it just works out really well. Okay. And you're also really good at just building rapport with them and ultimately getting the sale there. So the lead call is important when you are doing image marketing, because you're not selling for 20 minutes over video or nurturing this person with multiple videos over time, and they're getting to know you and get bought into this idea, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about with image versus video. Videos are much harder to produce. They're much harder to duplicate and make, multiple videos. You have to go out and actually film something, and then you have to edit it. And then that was only one variation. Whereas here, I literally have 17 variations of moving images. And guys, spoiler alert, that these images can get more leads and better cost per lead than videos in a lot of cases. Sometimes, yes, the video will perform better and we'll get a lot of leads and it's a great cost per lead. Are they higher quality 100% of the time? Not really. So yes, in theory, video can get you higher quality, hotter leads because that person is getting to hear you, know, like, and trust, etc. You're spending more time with them. But do you always get more leads? Not necessarily. That's why we love photos, guys, in this case, because we can make really just simple images that get right to the core of what this person needs, where they are, and then an offer. And if it passes that criteria, passes the glance test, and they actually need it, they will click and become a lead, guys. And you can get really cheap leads really efficiently this way. Just to go into our Facebook ads account again here, we're getting leads in this case for as low as $16 a lead, here $11 a lead. Now this, if you know anything about York, PA, it's a smaller town. It's a small city, I guess, or a larger town in central Pennsylvania where there's not a lot of big cities. So when you are in a middle to smaller market like this, guys, you can expect a slightly higher cost per lead. But we've been getting leads, guys, for as low as like $5 a lead. In one of my other ad accounts, we were getting leads for like $2 a lead. It was actually crazy with an in-app Facebook form with a few questions in it. So yeah, guys, you can get leads for as low as $5 or less with multiple questions in an in-app Facebook form. People that are ready and interested in potentially working with your business. So Facebook ads are really powerful, guys, and making image creatives is one way to go. And then one other thing, guys, on the design front is if I wanted to go and make a new one, one idea here is to go to the design tab and then click and type in text, right? So here we can say do this, and instead of this, we can backspace that and go moving services, York, PA. Again, guys, service and location. So that's exactly what we're doing here. So I'm going to decrease that. I kind of like to make the location kind of like a subtext type of vibe. So we're going to do this line spacing. We're going to increase that a little bit, make them separate a little bit. I'm going to increase the size of this whole text box a little bit, guys. And we're going to align that center, drag it up there a little bit. And then instead of this clock, we'll go back to elements again, guys. Let's go movers. And I'm feeling a graphic, guys, because this is kind of like a simple vibe. So I don't want like a square picture. I like this one. I used it last time. So let's pick a new one here. Let's go with this guy. So instead of this clock, we'll take that away. We'll do moving services. We'll make this guy bigger. We'll make him pretty darn big. And we'll drag this up a little bit. And actually, let's see here. Yeah, he is kind of going over that York text a little bit. So let me try this guy. Maybe the way his head covers the text is a little bit better for it. Who knows? So we'll go here. And I just wanted to get that nice like overlap look. This overlap look is kind of flopping in this case, guys. So we'll probably just have them slightly separated, and text is a little bit far away. So I'll tighten it a little bit there. And like I said, I like to go to edit, add the drop shadow, and we'll add some blur, some distance, and some intensity. Call now for up to 20% off. And guys, one thing that can really supercharge your ads is to have some type of incentive or offer or discount, because now instead of just saying, hey guys, we're a moving company, call us, it's hey guys, we're a moving company, call us, and you can save some money, get a discount. It's a great deal. So get in while you can. And so guys, here's one example of a cool little, actually, let's add a glow as well before we go. So we got a glow here. Watch this. Watch how this thing pops even more. You thought it was good there. Now we put this behind the guy. Look at that. Oh man. And then we'll go here and we'll actually go to transparency and we'll edit the opacity so it's not super popping. And now look at that. Oh man, yeah. Moving services, York, PA with the glow behind. I mean, look at that, guys. It's a very cool, simple ad. Sometimes what I like to do for the location is I'll go emoji, pin like a location here just to be cool. Oh my gosh, guys. And that's a beautiful image ad. And that's all it is, guys. I mean, this was just a masterclass in how to create Facebook ad image creatives, bulk, duplicate the pictures, use some design templates like this, right? One other template that I like to use, guys, is what I call the black bar template, which is very similar format as far as service, location, and offer, but I have the text like this on black bars on the top and bottom of an image. And then what you can do is duplicate this page and just change out the image for a different image and see if that image of, say, a truck works better than this image of this guy, right? And with the text, I like to format it a little bit, add a little drop shadow, make it look real nice. And yeah, guys, there's a couple templates, a couple ideas for you to play with. Like I said, these very image ad templates have gotten me leads for as cheap as $3 to $5 a lead. Thousands of leads with these image templates. They work. Feel free to implement them. Or if you wanted me to actually run ads for your moving company, definitely book a call in the link in the description. Or if you're another agency owner looking to learn from me to do better with your ads, I offer coaching for other agencies. So feel free to click that link in the description. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.